Hey folks, welcome to B5Bricks, hope you're all well. In today's video I'm going in depth to show you how to clean Lego which is on display. This is our Ninjago City which I've allowed to gather dust for a few weeks for this video. It's on open display so dusting is essential and normally I do this once a week. And as you can see, there's a pretty substantial amount of dust. I also left all the doors of the set open so you can see just how much goes inside the various interiors. Dust is everywhere, and for anyone who doesn't use glass display cabinets, this is going to be a continual problem. There is no quick fix solution, but there is a way. And crucially, I have to point out, you do not need to spend a fortune on air pumps or electric brushes. That said, a decent vacuum used regularly is essential for your house, and this will keep down the dust, but I wouldn't recommend you use it on Lego itself. The attachments are too big, and if you hoover up a piece, it's a bit of a pain to get it back. Also, the attachment brushes are not very soft, and they actually leave a lot of dust behind. What you want instead is a wee artist's paintbrush, and one of these. This is a fine makeup brush. It's very soft and it's small enough to fit into all the nooks and crannies. You can get the larger blusher brushes which are good for cleaning large spaces like Lego City layouts as well. A good brush like the one I've got there is £5 and a good artist brush is around £3, so you don't need to spend more than that on brushes, and don't use DIY paint brushes as the bristles are too rough for Lego. The most important thing however is this, it is a microfiber cloth. This will actually attract the dust and not just circulate it into the air. These are cheap and they're essential for cleaning dust on Lego. Also are cotton wool buds. These are really good for cleaning Lego windows and getting into tight joins. A decent neutral cleaning spray that doesn't contain bleach or other dangerous chemicals is also needed. So here we go. For any kind of building as large as this, start by carefully cleaning all the exterior areas with the microfiber cloth. This way we're getting the bulk of the dust and it's not blowing into the air. If you use a brush, you're putting all this dust into the air, so you have to use a microfiber cloth first. And of course we always start at the top and work our way down. So now that's all done, we get into all the little details with the brushes, and I'll whiz through this so you can see the level of work it takes for this amount of dust. You might notice as we go along here that I often tip it up and let gravity assist me. When you do this, make sure the dust isn't going onto any Lego below. I'm doing this on the table and I'm hoovering up in between as I go along. Here I'm taking as much care as possible to make sure the dust doesn't end up in the interior, brushing away from the edges. It's really important to not double your work when you're going along like this. So now for the trans clear window pieces, a teensy spray and I work it all in using cotton wool buds. Once the bud is wet, you can use that end to clean, and then the reverse side is to buff it up as you go along. Check that glean out, so simple and easy to do. Cotton buds can also be handy for other hard to reach areas too. They're really handy for Lego windscreens on vehicles in particular as well. So again now for the water, the edges are a bit tricky and so I use the cotton buds here too. All the edges of the tiles have a bit of dust in between, so yeah, buds are great here for that. Also good to clean and buff those trans clear tiles as well. Now Now it's time to reassemble, and this time I'll make sure to close all doors and I'll give it one last once over with the big brush once it's all back together. I quite like doing this building as I remind myself of all the cool features and interiors. The Ninjago City is easily one of the greatest LEGO sets of all time, and it's a joy to look at. So now it's done. I've dusted the shelf it lives on, and hey, it looks great. I'll have to do the Destiny's Bounty next. I'm not surprised by the level of dust. This is our main living room and it's a high traffic area, and I've not touched it of course for 4 weeks, but I hoover every day, so you can imagine how bad it would be if I didn't. There would be way more dust. What I do for the Lego that is on shelves is I give them a wee clean with a brush once a week, and this takes a few minutes, but it's a much more effective way to keep it clean than to leave it for 4 weeks. So please don't go buying expensive air pumps or rotary dusters or air purifiers. You just need to keep on top of it. Use makeup brushes, and microfiber cloths are essential, and a decent vacuum is key for keeping the dust levels low. If you can afford an air purifier though, then it can be very effective, especially if you have lots of pets. I like having things out in the open. I don't want lots of stuff behind glass, so obviously the real way to beat dust is of course glass cabinets, but this can be expensive. And I also think the glare can be annoying too when you're looking at it. But if you're a serious collector and you can't be bothered dusting, then yeah, this is the route that makes sense. So let me know in the comments what you think. What do you do? Do you have a similar routine or technique? And hey, I'm still finding my feet with YouTube, and I really appreciate it if you made it this far. If you want to see more videos like this, or simple mocks and money saving tips and all the good stuff, then subscribe to the channel for future content and hit the notifications bell too. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.